Hey guys, it's Than, and we are here at Gone Road Games, and oh man, look at this. They're going to be painting this, and it's going to look fan-smegantastic. But we're not here for the art, we are here for Eldrich pre-release, so we're going to be starting that pretty soon. It's getting close to midnight. Unfortunately, Julie could not be with us for the midnight pre-release. She's got a 5 o'clock to stupid o'clock in the morning shift. So, we're going to be opening up our packs next, and I'll probably be showing you the rares, and then we're going to go on to deck building, and we'll see how we do. So, see you then. Alright guys, sorry, I kind of got excited, and I haven't actually, I already opened it up. So anyways, Hand War Battlements. So actually I want to see this, because I want to see a foil half of a card. Also, I want to see the double-faced foil tokens. Oh man, this is going to be great, this is going to be great. Okay. So first of all, Hand War Battlements, and then Hand War the Writhing Township. Oh, really cool art on that. Oh, that's so cool. The art is really detailed when you can see it like that. But here's the foil token. And that's awesome. So I haven't even looked at my first rare for SOI. So Pieces of the Puzzle, Expose Evil's nice, Quilled Wolf, cool. Don't have all Murderous Compulsion. We got Dance with Devils, Inner Struggle, Near Heath Chaplain, and a Welcome to the Fold, and a Lambhold Pacifist. Okay, cool. So Welcome to the Fold, Lambhold Pacifist. Probably the Pacifist is what I'm excited about. And a zombie that is not foil, so nowhere near as pretty as the foil. Sorry, I wish I could get this camera a little bit higher. But let's see what other packs we got. Alright, let's see what else is. This is our second SOI pack. Angelic Purge, Clipwing, let's see, we got a Ravenous Bloodseeker, Liliana's Indignation, Woodland Stream, and yeah, okay, and a Pious Evangel that goes in that deck too. Well, that's a great little pull. Let's see what else we have that could possibly support that. Wow, that's actually really awesome. Let's just see if we can support it. I mean, I've looked at the commons. They seem to actually support red-green so far, but it really seems we'll get some of those. Well, the more of these we get, the better, right? More Galvanic Bombardments, Strange Augmentation, Crossroads, Cathar Shield is eh. We got an Innkeeper, Spectral Reserves, that can work. Blood Mist. Blood Mist is Faith Unbroken, nice, and a Thalia's Lancer. Okay, so far I'm getting a lot of good white. Oh my gosh, I got 3 more packs to go, and I'm getting some good white. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, so I'll try to get through these really quickly. But Alchemist's Greeting. Okay, we got some good removal. We got Ulamog's Influence, Haunted Dead, Hamlet Captain, Collective Effort, right. Oh man, I'm just getting some good cards. 2 more packs to go. Come on, let's get something good. Choking Restraints, this is another one that I've gotten. Pacifism is just always good, and limited good removal. Scour the Library, Hamlet Captain, 2 Hamlet Captains. Stitcher's Graft gets +2/+3. When a creature attacks, it doesn't untap during its next untap step. When it becomes unattached from permanent, sacrifice that permanent. I'm not sure. Got a Graph Rats. Nice. Okay, we got 1 more booster pack. We only have 1 Galvanic Bombardment. I'll still run it, but I need to get more. I think that's the 3rd Choking Restraints I've gotten. Oh, I think white is looking very strong. Boon of Emrakul, Grapple with the Past. Another Spectral Reserves is alright. Abandoned Reason, Markov Crusaders, pretty strong. Drownyard Behemoth is pretty great. And then we got Providence. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of your first upkeep, your life total becomes 26. I'm not sure if I'm running this. Curious Monkless. Okay, time to deck build. So, Susan, tell me what you got in your pack, my good friend.
2 Emrakuls, and they're both foil.
2 shiny, just moving the camera around, make sure people know that.
Ignore me.
Anything else spicy?
Soren.
Soren.
I'm just gonna start cleaning up trash. Nobody wants to keep their pets, right?
I just don't even. Alright guys, it is the morning after. I have gotten literally an hour and a half of extra rest. And I got about half an hour until I need to be at the meeting place to start carpooling to the next pre-release experience. But let me tell you about how last night went. Last night was great. I actually really enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've made a few mistakes like I did last night, just because it was really late. But we'll get to that in a bit. So, I ended up going third in, I don't know, probably about 12 players or so. Had a couple late expectancies from some friends that came in very last minute. But I decided to go Naya colored. Now, when I initially opened up the pack, I thought I had really good white, and I thought that with pulling Nahiri, I was just assured to go Boros. But when I really looked at my white, I had some good. I had 3 choking restraints. So this is really good. Pacifism is really good. Later game being able to exile it was really good. I had good removal in white. I did not have a lot of creatures in white. And so when I went to go to white-red, I had even less options, especially when it came to creatures. I believe I had 8 creatures in that color combination. 8. Like, total. Like, not even looking at if they're playable or not. So I started looking at other colors, and I started seeing green. And green-white humans seemed to be a thing. I had 2 Hamlet captains, which didn't really... The +1/+1 from when it was, when it attacks or blocks wasn't really all that useful. But just having an efficient 2-drop, just a 2-mana bear was great. I have to say that my common powerhouse was Ironclad Slayer. This is a card that's, for 3 mana, it's a 3/2, and whenever it enters the battlefield, you're able to grab an aura or an enchantment card. Sorry, an aura or an equipment card, right? Yeah, aura or equipment card from my graveyard to my hand. So, oftentimes I was able to play this later in the game and get back one of my choking restraints, which was really sweet. Nahiri, of course, was a powerhouse for me. But the rest of the deck came together. I mean, having 3 choking restraints really slowed down my opponent and allowed me to emerge of the Horrid Swarm. I did this quite a lot. I still had some other things that were just good for curve. Devilhorn Fox was just fine for me. Faith Unbroken was kind of what I expected. There were some times where I just wrecked face with this thing. It feels so good to curve out to Faith Unbroken when you play something like a Nearheath Chaplain, and you just play out the Nearheath Chaplain, and then you Faith Unbroken their stuff, and you got a 5/3 lifelink. That was an easy win for me. Unfortunately, when I went against Kevin from the Rogue Deck Builder last round, I did not mulligan very well. That was my own fault. A lot of it was I was really getting into the swing of just the social aspect of the game. So in between games, I was talking to my friends and I was having a blast, really having a blast, laughing out loud. And, it was one of those things where you're just laugh. And then you just look at your hand and you're just yeah, that's fine, I'll keep it. Anyway, so talking about this thing, And so what happened was I would do these things look at my hand and be oh, I got 3 lands. Okay, I'm good. I'm good to keep this one. And then not really realizing, oh yeah, it's 3 planes. And so I didn't have the other colors. And I didn't mulligan as much as I should. In the end, the last round I made some mistakes. So I ended up getting third, which got me 2 packs. 2 packs of Eldritch Moon. And because I don't know, because I didn't know how tired I was going to be and how effective this upcoming pre-release is going to be, I decided to keep these. And maybe Julie and I can do some pack wars later. But I'll crack these. I'll either crack them or play pack wars with them in a video later. But as of right now, I'm just gonna hold them. But all in all, it was really enjoyable. As you saw, my friend Susan. Oh my goodness gracious, she has the luck of the Irish. She is able to grab 2 foil Emrakuls in the same pack with a foil Sorin Grim Nemesis. Oh man, on the ride home, we were just saying. I was trying to remember the last time I pulled a foil mythic. And I'm I don't think I've ever pulled a foil mythic. And I think I know why. It's because Susan's pulling them for me. She's basically pulling enough foil mythics for the entire club. So I don't think that she's going to go into this pre-release. I think she's got work, which is unfortunate. But yeah. Other notable cards in my pack. There's a lot of things that I played and then I kind of sideboarded out. Stencia Innkeeper. I just felt that it's not really what the deck wants to do, and I don't know. I guess if you curve out to it, it's all right. I ended up sideboarding out the one that I used. Ravenous Bloodseeker is something I had in deck, but I found it was so much better to put in a bit of removal. I put in my single Galvanic Blast or Alchemist Greeting. It's expensive, but it does get the job done. Anything else? Yeah, no, that was really it. One thing I thought was fascinating was Spring Sage Ritual. I never even once thought about putting this into my deck. It just never really occurred to me. There's never a lot of really annoying artifacts. Or actually, no, there was one time. Kevin from the Rogue Deck Builder was able to pull a Slayer's Plate, and I kind of wish I had removal for that. But that was game 3 that I saw that, and I lost that game. So it's kind of like a little too late. So, but all in all, I was really happy with how I did. I thought I should have been a little more focused that last game. I was just having so much freaking fun. A lot of friends were there. But now it's time for me to prepare to go meet Julie up north, and we'll do one more pre-release, and we'll see you there. All right, so we're here with Julie. Yay! All right, so let's see what we got. Let's crack it up. Yeah! Heron's Grace Champion. Impetuous Devils. All right, River Christiance is going to be all over you for that. So let's just crack them open. Let's see what we got for rares and stuff.
All right. We gonna open shadows first?
Yeah, let's open shadows first.
I've got sushi.
You got sushi! Alright, cool.
I got a flare.
Alright. SOI packs first. Yours was in a weird order. I wonder if that means something. Save that Tomio pack for last. Maybe it's super special.
Watch it be Avacyn. So we gonna do rares first?
Yeah, let's just quickly go through the rares because we got to get to deck building. We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah. Prized Amalgam?
I got Nephalia Moondrakes. Eh.
And then a Hanwar Militia Captain.
Ooh, that's actually really good for white.
Yeah.
You got a lot of tokens. There's still
Yeah.
like spirit tokens in the new set. Yeah. Alright. Anything cool in here? These be something good.
Avacyn's Judgment. Awesome.
Confirm suspicions!
And a foil Champlain's Blessing. Want.
Yeah. Hera Falconwrath.
though.
That's a good vampire, if I'm gonna go vampires. Cool.
Alright, let's open our Eldrich Moon pack.
Yeah, you gotta open up that one last, because I was in the wrong order. Obviously there's something cool in there. New cards. New card smell. Oh, so good.
Thalia's Lancers. Awesome.
Oh, nice. I got that last night.
Oh, look at this.
You got the chittering. Show the camera. Cool. Coax from the Blind Eternities. Basically useless. I mean, I guess if I want to sideboard in an Emerge card. Conduit of Storm is my flippy flip. Alright. Gotta get something good. Man, what I would have given for that, what I would have given for this in my deck.
Let's see.
Ooh, Desperate Sentry, sweet. Shut up. Alright.
Alright. Spirit of the Hunt.
Descendant Mindbender. Cool. So you get to steal something 3 converted mana cost less than 4 command. Yeah, you get to steal stuff from their hand. It's pretty sweet.
I haven't seen much of this set at all. So I
Oh
don't know
man.
what's good.
Did you watch any of the pre-release?
No.
Oh.
I've worked 55 hours.
Spellqueller. Yeah, Spellqueller. And
Collective Defiance?
a Hand War Battlements.
Huh?
The meld.
Ah, yeah.
So this is the top half of the meld. You can see that.
Ah, nice.
So sweet. We got one more pack. Both of us have a Tomio pack for the last pack.
Okay.
Tomio.
Hopefully it's something good.
Yeah.
See.
Ooh, these are faded. Check this out. These cards are faded. If you compare them, look at this. These are like faded. Guess they rushed these off the print run.
Crypt Breaker.
So give no ground. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Oh, Crypt Breaker. That's a good one. Hey, look, Oil Forest. Yeah. Oh, that looks really pretty. It looks really pretty. And a Cryptid Fragment.
So far I haven't pulled anything crazy.
Yeah, neither have I. No big bombs. So now we got to get to deck building because we don't have any big bombs, so it's going to be a little more difficult. So we'll see you soon.
Good morning. It's the day after the pre-release
Woohoo!
for Eldrich Moon.
It was a lot of fun, and we actually have sleep now, so I can words, I think.
Yeah. You went to 2 pre-releases. I only went to 1 because I had work.
Yeah.
But we were able to go to 1 together. We didn't end up playing against each other, so no friendly competition there.
Oh, it's always fun to play against her. It gets serious.
Yeah. But I was 1 and 2, and he was 2 and 1.
Yeah.
There were only 3 games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It was weird because I ended up playing. My last round was against the other guy who was undefeated, and I lost to him. And so there was like 6 players that were 2 and 1, and we really should have played another round or something. But
I think it was just time constraints or whatever.
I guess so. But at any rate, I was able to win some packs, which we're going to be cracking at the end of this video. But first, let's talk about our decks. Julie, tell me about your deck. How did you do?
Yeah, my deck was relatively, well, it was my white was powerful, but I felt like I didn't have a lot to support it.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of straddled between white and black,
or
white and red.
Yeah.
And I had some pretty powerful white cards. I decided to go white and black because I had Hanwar Militia Captain, which I was only able to cast once, and I was able to win the game that I cast her.
Nice.
Basically it was kind of like a grindy, tokeny, half control, half aggro deck, and the one time where the deck really went off, I won on turn 6.
Nice.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a bit janky.
Yeah, you got some good stuff. You got Thalia's Lancers, you got Thraben Standard Bearer. Like, this is like a really good curve, too.
My goal was to, like, madness certain things. Like, I had the twins and the weirded vampire or whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit sick. The goal was to like try and do that, but I basically just used Sigardan Priest as like my all-star to like
tap down all the things.
Just tap down their biggest threat and delay the inevitable.
Oh.
Yeah.
That bites. I thought you had some good stuff, but it's the way it is.
It might have been worth a try to go white-red, but we honestly won't know.
Yeah. So I did pretty well, I thought. I went Esper. This is the second time I did 3 colors. Wow, it was insane. Going 3 colors again. One of the reasons I just had a lot of good removal in all the colors. My big all-star was Spell Queller. Like, I'm really glad I got one. Not only because it served me well in the pre-release, but also because I kind of want to make a Spirit Standard deck. It just looks way, way sweet. But I had a lot of big finishers in terms of Emerge cards, and I had a Nephalia Moondrakes. So just like big, heavy hitters in the end, and controlling until then. I was able to get things like Bound by Moonsilver.
Nice.
So just some good, pacifism effects. I didn't get any of the new pacifisms, choking restraints. I didn't get any of those. My last deck, the Naya deck that I had 3 of them in there. It just locked down the board. I didn't have any of those. The only other thing to note was that I also had Blessed Alliance, which I'm assuming you played a lot of in your deck.
I had 2 of them in my deck. Yeah,
and it's just so good. Like, you got 1 creature, you can just tap it, you gain 4 life, they destroy an attacking creature. It was great. Ruthless Disposal was just as good as I saw in the pre-release. You got to discard a card and sack a creature, but for 5 mana, 2 creatures get 13 -13. So this is like really, really good, especially because I actually had a lot of good stuff to emerge into. I had the Desperate Sentry that leaves behind a 3/2, and then I had 2 of the 3 mana 2/2s that when it dies draw a card, which I thought was cool. And so even if I couldn't emerge them, I could still do the Ruthless Disposal. I also had a Murder. So I just went Esper. I also had some good fixing. I had Terrarian, and I had the what is it? The Shard of Enercool. Cryptolith Fragment. Sorry. Yeah, the Cryptolith Fragment. This dude. Never flipped him, but yeah. So yeah, I think the coolest thing is my not my promo, but one of the rares I got in the packs was the Coax from the Blind Eternities, which is like tutored for an Eldrazi, and I looked at that and was like, oh, that kind of sucks. This is kind of useless. But then my last matchup, the guy had a lot of really cheap creatures. So what I decided to do is I actually sideboarded out all of my emerged creatures because they're Eldrazi's, and I just put in one of these things, and it actually was. I lost that game, but it worked so well because I'm just like, cool. Like whatever emerged thing, if I wanted the emerged thing that is a 3/4 flyer that draws a card, or if I wanted the 5/7 flash, the crab, like it was like I could take either one of those. Like what do I want more? And I was able to make that decision. And it was really, really cool, and it lowered my curve, but also allowed me to have a top end. And I was like, it kind of sucks that the last game of the last match is when I realized that Coach from the Blind Eternities is actually pretty good in sealed if you're doing any emerge things. But yeah, anyways. Oh yeah, so we got 4 packs. We're only gonna crack 2 of them.
We'll do a pack wars in a separate video.
Yeah, we'll do a separate video for pack wars. You know, let us know what you like. Let us know if you want us to just crack these packs, or if you like watching us play pack wars. That's entirely up to you. But let's crack some packs. You first, Hen?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So we're gonna do it like loading ready run style, where we like talk about each card, or
Yeah, sure. Because we've gone through a couple pre-releases. I'm sure we have some experience.
Yeah. So my first card is Dawngriff.
Dawngriff, yeah.
Which was actually relatively helpful for me.
So it's 3 mana for a 2/2 flyer.
Yeah.
Just that's all.
My last game of my last round, which is the one that I won against one of our friends. He had a lot of big stuff on the ground. Like he pulled 2 of Thalia in his sealed pool.
Gross.
And so I'm like, okay, so I need to turn my card sideways, and I was able to Sigarda Priest down one of his big creatures. I couldn't do Thalia, unfortunately, because she's human.
Yeah.
But I was able to just swing in again, like.
Yeah, so
his reach
I mean,
and stuff.
evasion's good, you know.
Yeah, evasion is good. Then we got Prey Upon.
Ooh, with new art.
Yeah, new art, and this is the same. I think this is the same artist for the original Prey Upon as well.
Wait. Are these? Wait, I think what's going on. The wolf that was preying upon the human in the original artwork is now getting preyed upon by the Eldrazi.
Yes.
Isn't that cool? I just realized that.
Yeah, there's so many old callbacks to original Innistrad.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Id of the Horde Swarm.
Okay, so that's 8 mana, 7 to emerge. It's a 4/4. Comes into play with 2 1/1s. I actually had this in my Naya deck, and it was very, very strong. Again, you know, doing that to a Desperate Sentry, you just got so many bodies on board.
Nice.
It was a good card for me.
Succumb to Temptation. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life for 3 as an instant.
Yeah, so it's the Sign in Blood. You can only target yourself, and it's instant speed. Yeah. I don't think the 1 extra mana is worth the instant speed, and also I don't like how you can't target your opponent. A lot of people know that I got this Pauper deck, this mono black Pauper deck.
And he signs in blood people to death.
Yeah, like that's my signature thing. Is I get people down to 2 life, and I'm just like draw 2 cards and lose 2 life against them. And you can't do that with this. But
Yeah. Let's see. Woodcutter's Grit. 3 mana for target creature you control gets +3/+3 and gains hexproof.
Yep, good combat trick. I like it. I really do.
It's really nice defense. It's kind of nice because you can like essentially like destroy a murder that way. Just like 3 mana to keep your guy alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Turn Aside, which has just beautiful art.
Yes, I want that in foil. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I want it in foil.
Counter target spell that targets a permanent you control.
Yeah, it's sometimes useful.
Which is the inverse of the 1 mana spell that was in Avacyn Restored of counter a spell that targets you.
Oh!
So this is like a reverse of that, and a reference to it.
Really?
Yeah, because it had a woman standing by a moon as well.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Alchemist Greeting.
When it has
5 mana, but when it has Madness, it has 2 to deal 4 damage to target creature at sorcery speed.
Impressive. So that's what Chandra Lilar says. Impressive.
Let's see. Then we have Fiend Creeper, 2/1.
Bronze Sable.
Scarecrow Bronze Sable, whose sole existence is to make you delirious.
Yep. Oh man, it has like a pumpkin on its face.
Yeah,
or something.
it kind of looks like a really weird, like, magic-y Nightmare Before
I'm probably
Christmas.
going to be saying this a lot, but Innistrad art, just in general, looks probably going to look really, really good in foil. Like, again, another foil of this is something that it's going to catch my eye. I may not get it from somebody's trade binder, but it'll still catch my eye.
Yeah. Alright, so we got Spectral Reserves, which is put 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. You gain 2 life, which I think is pretty sweet for 4 mana.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah. And then we got Peace of Mind.
First uncommon.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the absolute fail of a card.
According to limited resources.
Yeah, like they wasn't even like is it a D minus or is it like no? It's a flat fail. Like it's just bad. So it's 1 and a white for an enchantment, and it has the ability pay white, discard a card, and gain 3 life. It's like even if you dump your hand, if you're going mono white, you dump your hand. It's like yay! Now you're helpless. Like I guess there's some madness. No, it's just bad. It's just so bad.
That art though, like I don't know if you guys have seen the art for Peace of Mind, but it's a woman pouring herself tea and like staring off into the distance, and the tea is like overspilling onto her hand.
Oh my gosh, that actually looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, so second uncommon is Abandon Reason. Up to 2 target creatures get +1/+0 on first strike until end of turn. Costs 3, but madness for 2.
Even at 3 mana, I think that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
If you're the aggro deck or you're the beatdown, it's just like
nice combat trick.
It's just like okay, I'll trade these. Yeah, I'll trade these 2 creatures. Trade these 2 creatures. Like actually, you're not.
Yeah.
That can really take away a game.
Subjugator Angel.
Oh, it's so good.
Tap all creatures your opponents control.
Flicker that for days.
Yep.
Brago.
I'm thinking so. Probably Rune would probably be a better spot for it.
Right.
And then my rare is
Yay! Tree of Perdition.
Evil Tree. Awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah. So this is the reverse of the Hanging Tree or whatever.
No, the tree
of redemption.
Tree of Redemption, which makes your life total the toughest. Same power and toughness. 4 mana for a 0/13 defender. The old one said tap it, your life total becomes the toughness, and this one is your opponent becomes that. A lot of people are brewing that to just be like Triskaidekaphobia makes your life total 13. A hard combo to make work, but still cool.
Yeah. Alright, so Curious Homunculus.
Curious George, for anybody who watched the pre-release. Not that great of a card, but still, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go through mine.
Alrighty.
Okay, it looks like I got a Sigarden Priest. I'm really glad that they have this this.
Did you know that Christine Sprankle was supposed to be the model for it, but then she was busy?
That sucks.
Yeah, she's the one who did the Red Avacyn.
Cool. Yeah, Sigarden Priest. I like the fact that this is a shout out to Avacinian priests, but Avacyn's kind of not really a thing anymore.
And so even the flavor text calls out, many whose faith was destroyed by Avacyn turned to the only angel who remained true to humanity.
Yeah. Okay, next card is Boon of Emrakul, like one of the best black removal spells. +3, -3, especially when you're running some of those black emerge things, which are not going to get killed by this. So you can just plop that on there, but most of the time you're using this to kill your opponent's stuff. Alright. We've got Take Inventory.
Draw a card, then draw cards equal to the number of cards, and take inventory into your graveyard.
So basically it's 2 mana draw a card, but then after that becomes 2 mana draw 2 cards, 2 mana draw 3 cards.
Which is nice if you're able to get there.
I think that this is great for the spells deck. Just refill your hand, keep burning with the spells.
Yeah.
That's what it's made for. Outside of that, it's a little iffy. Skurzdad Supplicant. It's 3 mana for a 2/3. For a Minotaur, as I like to say. Because a lot of the Minotaurs were 2/3s.
Yeah.
3 mana for a Minotaur. 1 black, tap and discard a card. Each player loses 2 life. I had this in my pool for my Esper control deck. Didn't really like it all that much. But I didn't play it though, so yeah. We got Grapple with the Past, the new, what is it? Make a Wish reference, which is actually still done by Howard Lyon, which is fantastic. First time I've seen Howard Lyon do Eldrazi, so
yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a foil Grapple with the Past and a foil get them both signed by him, because that'd just be cool to have as a collector's item. Prophetic Ravings, which is
Enchanted creature
becomes
a mad prophet.
Yeah, enchanted creature becomes a mad prophet and haste, and it's just like one red. I don't think I really like it. Thraben Standard Bearer, that's really good card.
I had one and it was pretty nice. It helped enable my Madness Vampires pretty well.
Exultant Cultist. I think that Exultant Cultist,
I saw that it did a lot of good work in Sealed.
Yeah,
'Cause
3 minute 2/2. You know that even if you're not emerging it, it's still pretty solid. You know, you can just chump with it, and you do want to emerge it, but emerging this into the Hippogriff that makes you draw a card is amazing because you're basically just upgrading this to a 3/4 flying and drawing 2 cards for how much mana? Like 4 mana. That's pretty good.
Wow.
The fact that Inspiration is or like Divination is 3 mana, so for 1 extra mana you're getting a 3/4 flyer. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Borrowed Hostility.
First escalate spell between the 2 packs.
Yeah. First escalate spell. I like it. It's one red for +3/+0 or first strike, but you can do both abilities for 3 extra mana. I actually had somebody who what's his name? One of the people who runs Gone Rogue Games in Richfield had the. I think it's Gisela the 4. Is it the 4 mana one or the?
Gisella's 4.
Gisella's 4. You know, so yeah, first strike and flying and all that stuff.
A lot
and
of people call her Baby Baneslayer.
Baby Baneslayer, and he showed me his winning hand from the last match that he played, and he had 2 of these Borrowed Hostilities.
Oh no!
And so Gisela. And the enchantment that says at the beginning of combat, one of your creatures gains double strike.
Oh gosh.
And he was just like gaining all the life and beating in the air. And...
Turn 5 would have won.
Yeah, no, he basically just said like he just said I told him it was just like, so you basically played the does my opponent have really good removal game. And it was like, yeah. So did they win that game? He's like, no, they did not win that game.
Oh man.
They did not.
Man.
Shreds of Sanity is my first uncommon. Return up to 1 instant card and 1 sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand.
Exile it.
Then discard a card and then exile it. What do you think about this in like a spells-based commander deck? Because a lot of instants and sorceries are powerful stuff. You know, you can bring back a board wipe and a counter spell. You do have to discard a card. So if you top deck this,
I think it'd be early. It'd be nice early for the Izzet of the
Mizzix.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
The goblin girl that is completely bonkers in Commander.
Yeah.
Because it could like help get your spell count up for your experience counters, but
Right.
it allows you to but it doesn't cost too much to the point where you're like, so I have 7 spells and that all cost 7 and this spell count is at 1.
Yeah.
Which is something that sometimes happens with people.
Yeah.
But probably for like a beginner who's starting that out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Haunted Dead, this one's just one of my favorite black uncommons. It's a 4 mana for a 2/2, comes into play with a 1/1 Spirit Friend with flying. And you can bring it back to the graveyard for 2 mana and discard 2 cards, which I never did with my decks.
I did it twice.
You did it twice?
Because I bricked into land.
Well, I mean, if you brick into land, that's fine. We got Markov Crusader, which is 5 mana for a 4/3 lifelink. It's got haste if you control another vampire. This is way solid if you're in the.
It sounds really good, especially if you're in like an aggro vampire deck. This could be like something like if you aren't able to aggro out fast enough, keeps you alive.
Yep, my rare is Splendid Reclamation. Julie, you need this card.
Ooh.
This is basically a poor man's Crucible of Worlds.
Really?
So 3 and a green for a sorcery. Return all lands from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Nice. I can put that in my corridor deck.
Yeah. Corridor deck, oh my goodness gracious. You could just wreck face with this because you're going to be milling a ton of stuff and then it's just like...
a lot of like retrace type spells.
Exactly.
And so I just like am able to retrace a bunch of lands and then get them all back. That'd
exactly.
Really nice.
Just like Splendid Reclamation, get everything back. Like that's huge amounts of ramp.
Yeah.
I think you should put this in the deck.
Like, I had Planar Rebirth in the deck for a little bit, but it didn't end up working because it gave everybody the benefit.
Right, and this is just one-sided, and you could probably get like anywhere from like 4 to 10 lands if you mill yourself effectively.
Yeah, which I should be able to.
Yeah. Extractor of Sin.
Oh, that one won me a game once.
Extractor of Sin is way strong. Like, I mean, obviously, if you desperately cannot sacrifice a permanent, it's 3 mana for a 0/3. But if you can sack a permanent when it enters the battlefield, you get a 3/2 Eldrazi horror. 2 things I think is fascinating about this. I had this in my Naya deck, and it was excellent because I would, like, if I was flooded out with land, I had a lot of land in my hand, and I knew that my important spells I could cast with the lands that were in my hand. Let's say I had a 4-mana, like, all my stuff was like 4 mana or below, and I had that 4th land in hand, I would actually just, like, play Extractor of Sin and sack one of my lands. It would get me so much closer to Delirium, and also what I would do is, the thing is that because the real meat of this card is the 3/2 Eldrazi that it comes with. So you can use this for a merge quite easily and quite nicely without disturbing anything else. You know, you still keep your powerful creature, and then you're just using this for either chump fodder or yeah. So it's good. It's good.
And you got a basic land, which is cool.
Yes, basic land.
And his token was the rare version of Delver's token.
Is this rare? Is this hard to find?
I don't know, but like, I honestly don't know, but like, I haven't seen it before, and
No,
it
I
looks
haven't.
awesome.
It does look way sweet. I like it.
I think that so one thing we do to determine who goes first is we compare tokens. So mine had a 2/2 zombie, which looks kind of like a vampire, and his had the human wizard, which I think style points makes it so that would
Yeah, because this just starts the process back over again. I love the fact that every single so the Delver of Secrets continued with Apparent Researcher onto Perfected Form and all that stuff, and and so I like the fact that it just went through this cycle, and the fact that it goes back to here. One of my favorite parts about this cycle is every single piece of artwork is done by the same guy, Nim Holmes or Nils Ham.
Yeah.
I am butchering that. I bet you, like, all these people are screaming at me, no, it's pronounced this way, and I really feel bad for mispronouncing this guy's name because his artwork is, his paintings are just, like, really cool.
Yeah, I really like them. Now, I wanted to mention another thing with that. So the story of Delver is kind of like a twisted hierarchy of Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah.
Because you go from, like, taking care of yourself to self-actualization, where you become a perfected form, and then you teach other people to be what you are.
Oh, cool.
And
I like that.
And so that's basically what he's doing, is he's tutoring other people to become insects like him, and then he becomes an Eldrazi insect.
Okay. So, Julie.
Yeah.
What did you think about just, like, the pre-release experience in general? Not like how you did or how your deck was. Like, what do you think of the new set?
I didn't do any research before I went to
No, I'm not talking about research, Julie. I'm just like, how do you like the cards? You know, you're playing with the cards. How do you like the cards?
I think that it was good. A lot of people were suspecting that it was going to be Emrakul and were really disappointed when it was, because they thought there was going to be some big mystery.
Yeah.
But I think that they're doing Eldrazi very tastefully in Innistrad, and it feels more like Cthulhu Innistrad instead of Eldrazi Town.
Yeah, and then that's one complaint that I had with Battle for Zendikar and Oath of Gatewatch.
Which the majority of people do, and Morrow's aware of it.
Yeah, Morrow's aware of it, and he said he made a mistake of just, like, we didn't see the adventure world of Zendikar. We just saw Eldrazi and, yes, full art lands and all that stuff. But here in Innistrad, there was still so much Innistrad.
And I think one of the keys to that is all the callbacks, like the Prey Upon reprint and also the Grapple with the Past comparison. I think having all of those comparisons allows, like, people to be okay with the fact that Eldrazi are coming to Innistrad, despite the fact that they were really upset and sick of Eldrazi. Right.
And so I actually really liked it. In terms of gameplay, it was very grindy, and I really enjoyed that. I liked how, how in Shadows over Innistrad there was just all this interactions with, like, discarding cards towards madness and all these things working that way. And I liked how we didn't have all of the madness in this new set, but we had a merge which was similar to madness. Like, limited theory states that you want board presence. You wouldn't sack a creature to get another creature. If this was like a 1 of or a 2 of in the set of creatures, that people would look at it and be like, that's stupid. Why would you sack one of your board state pieces to get another board state? But they really crafted it around nicely and made for really grindy gameplay. That you still had that thing of insanity because everybody's going insane and everything's emerging out of the other things. But, like, I don't know, I just really like the gameplay, really grindy, long matches.
I felt like the matches were a bit too long, but that's probably because my deck didn't really have any true finishers.
Yeah.
Like aside from Hanware Militia Captain,
Mm-hmm.
it was really, really difficult for me to get there.
Right, right.
And so maybe that was just poor deck construction on my part.
Yeah.
But I saw some other people doing a lot of really cool stuff with their decks.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really fun.
Yeah.
But anyways, I had a great time with both of the pre-releases, and yeah, so we're gonna go off and play with the other 2 packs, and we're gonna make that into a separate video, like we said before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as for this vlog, it is about to come to a close. Is there anything else you want to add?
Not really. Like, we're getting married, but
Yes, that has nothing to do with Eldritch Moon, though.
no, it doesn't.
Yes, sap.
Yeah.
Yes, sap.
And I'm just thinking about how it for Kaladesh we're gonna be married.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So here's to like we're probably gonna have a video of Conspiracy Take the Crown.
We should cosplay as Pierre and Kira.
Julie! Oh my gosh. we can talk about this after. We're wasting people's time. Come on, let's end this up. Anyways, we'll see you guys for the next one. We'll try to put out more of these videos. It's just yeah, we're kind of busy with the wedding and all. But anyways, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, so it's the morning after that amazing night, and let me tell you about how things went. Actually, let me not.